All right, Summer Impact Reloaded. Um, let's just call it what it is. This is a bust. I'm gonna recap, all the battles, and I'm probably gonna go back and do them all individually throughout the week. Um, let's start with Ace Amin and Snake Eyes. Uh, it was a close battle. I'm gonna say out the gate. Uh, you know, Ace Amin was pushing around Snake Eyes, and it was tough to see because Ace Amin is newer and younger, and then I didn't see enough aggression back from Snake Eyes for retaliation. Right out the gate in the first round, it's on YouTube. You can see Ace Amin giving him a hard, I mean, extra hard, like enough hard enough for you gotta push back like hard with two hands. Um, and he did it. So optically, it was tough. Snake Eyes, he came with it, here and there, a couple things in the first round. Ace, I mean, came with a couple. It was kind of close. Um, only clear round I can give is I think only clear round I can give is Ace. I mean, second round. Um, the third round was kind of close too. They both did a John Jack Boy chain type theme. Um, I think Snake Eyes hit harder because he had the spare one. That was kind of a cool little land. Ace, I mean, threw a chain into the crowd. I mean, it was whatever. They were both taking shots at Tay Rock and Cave Gang, um, and that's understandably I can see where, especially the way Tay Rock has been acting, um, where he would garner that type of attention towards himself. So they both took shots at Tay Rock. All in all, I give it a close battle. I don't remember, round by round, who I gave it to or if I could give it to anybody. It was just that close to me. Um, but because optically, Ace Amin was, visually punking and pushing Snake Eyes across the stage, I gotta give it to Ace. I mean, just off of that, optically, visually, I wasn't there. I was watching it, um, pay per view. That's what it looked like to me. So I'll give it to Ace. I mean, edge, um, because he pretty much bullied him, and I wasn't expecting it to get like that. I mean, it's really like over the top. Ace Amin was really doing too much, sitting down and trying to talk with everybody and everything, and it was kind of getting under Snake Eyes' skin. And I want to give some advice to all battle rappers and something I want to see as a fan. Whenever your opponent sits down, and Snake Eyes did it, but he kind of did it kind of the wrong way. He's kind of said, "Oh, I'm not gonna rap till he stands up." You can stop in your round and tell the guy to stand up. I mean, do a rule. You can be like, "Bitch, stand up," or something like that. Something like that. And he's gonna have to, because he's gonna have to stand up, right? He's not just gonna keep sitting down, but you tell him to stand up, push the pressure on your opponent, and he kind of has to listen to you too. He's gonna have to stand up. So I want to see more battle rappers doing that. If your opponent sits down, tell him to stand up and shift it to their side. But I give that battle to Ace. I mean, next one, NWX versus the Monstars. Damn, man. Um, I think I think the Monstars ended up going first, and something weird happened where New Jersey Turk was rapping, Shotgun Suge, was kind of fumbling little bit. Then Shotgun like goes into the crowd, like he goes not into the crowd, but back into the stage to where you couldn't see him. And I'm not really sure what for. He came back with a different shirt on and one Tim. And I guess they tried to do a line with the Tim and it missed. And it seemed like they were not fully coordinated in that first round, and it showed. NWX had a good a good first round. Clearly got the first round. I don't have any bars for you guys this time. In the second one, I will. Got out with that. Second round, Monstars started picking back up. They were more coordinated, more organized. I was starting to think, okay, shoot, Shotgun Suge isn't ready. And that was kind of scaring me. But this, second round was fine. You could tell that they were way, 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 way less prepared for this one than they were the first one. And that's surprising to me because this is NWX and they were going to come prepared all 3 rounds. And they did. They delivered. Again, in the next recap, I'll break down, some of the bars and exactly what happened. But NWX came with it all 3 rounds. And then something interesting happened in the third round. Suge did not rap. So this is kind of how you know when the team is not prepared. When one guy does all the rapping. So that's pretty much what happened in the third round. We got a new version of Twerk, and I'm not sure if we're gonna see this again. It really wasn't even all that. I was hoping it was. When it came out, I was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, okay, Twerk has a new form. Like how there's a gray hoodie Lux. There's I don't know. You know how some people, they bring the props out or like a face mask Daylight. I thought it was gonna be something like that. We got a Professor Twerk. This is how crazy it was. And he came with some bars. So they had a graph. He had on a professor suit on and he was kind of breaking it down. Suge was in the background kind of cheering him on or whatever. That's pretty much all Suge did the third round. Suge didn't give up much in this whole battle, but a couple lines. But Professor Twerk came in a few lines. It was a little bit underwhelming. Some of it missed. I might have to play it back to get some of the lines. Overall, and what it seemed like in the building was a lot of those bars missed. That was in the third round. But what really killed them was somehow in the following round, NWX's rebuttal, they somehow got, New Jersey Twerk's board, which he was using and pointing to the whole third round. DNA had the board, his team had the board behind him and was rebelling it, back to back to back. He had like 3 or 4 rebuttals. And even Sean had one too. And then they went into their round and the whole crowd was going crazy. The round was over when they started rebutting. You could tell the whole time Suge was like looking back at his team, like who gave him the board and everything, like what's going on and everything. But that killed him. So now I think it's pretty clear NWX is, I think it's the best 2-on-2 out. You could try to put, gun titles or even Loaded Hollows back on it, but like I don't see any 2-on-2 beating them. Even Dark Life at their best. I don't see them beating NWX just with the consistency and them able to rebuttal now in 2-on-2s. Like they seem to be able to put together a package way more consistently, 3 rounds way more consistently than really any other 2-on-2. So to me, that's the best 2-on-2. All right, so let's get right into the bullshit. Murderland versus Dark Life, and this one was by far, the most disappointing because by this point, it's like, so it came on at 3, right? The live stream started at 3. But you didn't see the first battle till 4:30, I'm in Alabama, so the time is a little bit different than New York. But you didn't see the first battle till 4:30. Murderland and Dark Life didn't come out till I want to say like after 8. Like we went through 2 battles, and it's damn near like fuck it 8:30, 9 o'clock. They're out there, and you know Murderland wins the coin toss. They have Dark Life come out first, and they gave a real solid round. They start losing their energy a little bit with the crowd. Then they picked up towards the end, talking about Mook's mom or whatever out the gate. I'm not sure if they know that she just passed. I don't think they cared. I think they knew. I don't think they cared. And then it was on to Murderland's turn, and they started off extremely slow. Just as slow as I thought they would be. For some reason, the delivery is just kind of like it's drawn out. They're so wordy getting to where they're going, and it didn't seem like they really had a punch, but they did have a point. They brought up that Briz was really from Delaware, not from the Carolinas, and that was a point. That kind of raised some eyebrows, and then it seemed like they were getting into something else. They brought up that T-Top wasn't allowed in Charlotte, and that's why the function got canceled, and I don't know. There were people waiting outside. I don't know. You gotta watch it. I'm gonna break it down in more detail in the next one. But the vibe was, hey, T-Top, you were the reason why we couldn't do it in Charlotte. We had to come up here and do it in New York. All the while, Briz Rothstein is doing the absolute most. Not to say Mook did it too. Mook sat down for a little bit, and as a fan, you hate to see any of these rappers sitting down. And I told you, if you are a battle rapper and you're watching this, key advice, and I think it's going to be a vet move to tell him to stand up, and he's gonna have to listen to you. Push the pressure on him, and it makes him feel uncomfortable, makes him look stupid. Kind of it's gonna bring you back to you around because you just made him do something. Cool. But Murder Mook sat down for like 5 seconds in his round, but this time Briz was like weaving through Calico. On some weird stuff. Like he was all like creeping down into him, like in between, like it got to the point where you're like, Briz, what are you doing? So he did all that, and then it got to where Mook is rapping at T-Top. Calico is behind him. Briz is kind of like out the way, but like, I'm not sure why, but Briz initiated contact with Mook, like, for no reason. Like, Briz, what are you doing? He's not even rapping at you. Mook is rapping at T-Top, and Briz like pushes or like grabs him a little bit, and then like Mook is like, push him back, like, Briz, chill out, like, what are you doing? And then he just swung on him, and then one thing led to the next, and stream cut off, the whole show was over just like that. Just like that. So we never really got to see what Mook had to say. I will say this. I don't think, because I still didn't see it all, I don't think he's ready for another one-on-one with that slow delivery like that. But I don't know. It's not as bad as like Cassidy's, but because he still has a way to like change up the pace a little bit, but I don't know. All in all, this is probably the worst event that I've seen as a battle rap fan. I've come on really just like last year or maybe even the year before I became a fan of it all. But this is probably the worst event that I've seen. I'm glad it was free. They did kind of waste a lot of people's time. I was thinking about going to Lockdown in Philadelphia. I still might. If you think I should, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe. But let me know in the comments below. What do you think I should do? If I do go, I'll try to get as much of the fans' perspective as I can in my videos. I'm probably not going to be able to get to the battle rappers just because my channel's small, but I can give some fan perspective and maybe some perspective to the battle rappers into the league by just talking to the fans before and after the battle. All right, so let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks, appreciate it.